Okay. We are live with more Battle Frontier. You guys asked for it. You want to see more diverse things in the Frontier? Well, if you want to see more, make sure you tune in and like the stream. Because otherwise I probably won't be doing it on YouTube. But this is going to be a showcase of the Battle Tower doubles in Generation 4, in the Generation 4 Frontier. So this is the world record team. I have got the world record at the moment. Tower doubles is different to the other facilities because it is 4 versus 4. And 4 versus 4 means you've got a bit more room, basically. You've got a bit more room to do what you want. So this team is based on earlier efforts. So a very, very long time ago, as in when Gen 4 first came out, the prevailing theory for what the best team was in doubles was Trick Room teams. Trick Room teams make sense, and a user called TeamRocketElite would use Trick Room Bronzong alongside a level 1 flying Pokemon with Endeavour. And the idea is that because it's Smart AI in the Frontier, the Smart AI sees that they can kill the level 1 Pokemon, they go for it, which gives Bronzong a free chance to use Trick Room, as the level 1 Pokemon uses Protect, and then under Trick Room, the level 1 Pokemon and Bronzong are obviously faster, and then you start using Endeavour and Earthquake. And then TRE had Snorlax and Dusknoir in the back, with an Explosion Snorlax, but it didn't work terribly well. It's not actually a great team. So then Jason came along, and Jason's idea was the same 4 Pokemon in concept, but basically Machamp as a much more safe answer to Bright Powder Pokemon, and he also ran a Slowbro as a good alternation. But Jason ran a level 2 Togekiss or Togetic. It makes no real difference. The problem I had was I don't think the level 1 or level 2 flyers actually work very well because they can't actually proactively stop Oko moves. So one of the biggest threats to Bronzong is being hit by something like Sheer Cold. And you can't stop that necessarily, and a lot of the spread damage moves like Earthquake go through Heatproof. This is why the much better variant of this team, I think, is Smeargle. Smeargle can run Fake Out to proactively stop this from going through to Bronzong. This team has actually never lost. Smeargle also gets a Destiny Bond, which is an incredibly useful move to play around Quick Claw and to play around other hacks items like Bright Powder. So I think this is probably the best team. So we're doing a showcase of this before I lose. I would like to hit 2,000 wins with this team, which I think is realistic. But we could also lose today. To be honest, it's been a while since I played this team, so maybe we just immediately choke. Let me check that I'm on the right save file. Yeah, 1043. 1043 is the current record. And just like all my streams, there should be automatic image reading to show you guys the enemy sets. That's very important I don't accidentally go into singles. And we'll do some in-game music for a while. And then we'll continue. You want Stone Edge Tauros. So a big reason behind why this team is so good is because No Guard Machamp avoids most of that randomness. Tauros really falls off from Gen 3 to Gen 4. We might move on to... Does the AI know that Bronzong is levitating? So, kind of. The AI cheats on Heatproof. So the AI understands that its fire moves can't kill Bronzong. At the same time, it sometimes... So about 50% of the time, it hallucinates that Bronzong is levitate. The thing is, we don't actually care about this because Smeargle already sits there as an Earthquake magnet, if we want that to be the case. So there's no randomness involved because they will always be going after the Smeargle kill. So yeah, we have Fake Out for things like Rampardos Force. This is Ace Trainer Fad. He's unfortunately an Ice-type specialist. This is one of the threats to the team. We might lose the first battle. That would be so funny. Okay, at least it's not on a Bomber Snow lead. so we don't lose our focus sash for nothing. So let's think about this briefly. The scariest thing here by far here is the potential of Sheer Cold or Horn Drill from Dugong free. And I think I'm gonna have to use Fake Out on Dugong to prevent that. At the same time, Glalie, it can't use Earthquake because it's next to a Dugong. So we'll let Glalie hit Smeargle into focus sash range. Yeah, once I get sick of the in-game music, we will turn it off probably. The critical hit. And it's Ice Fang, so it's Glalie too. If it freezes, I will probably be forced to explode here. Okay, no freeze. So you've got a few options now. We've got a few options. I'm just weighing up the best line. Because Glalie 2 is unlikely to do very much, I'm very tempted to just kill Dugong, which is Endeavour and Ironhead. It's a very common line. If I'm not scared of Dugong 3, though, I can just use Protect. I am quite seriously considering just like Protect and Explode. I think we will go for that. Dugong 3 has a chance to live the explosion. And it is, because Dugong is slower than Glalie, it's fast on the Trick Room, so we hit Dugong with Explosion before we hit Glalie. So we're just going to instantly explode here. Iron Ball Fling is, yeah, it's nice. It's 130 base power dark move. The Fake Out chip. I don't think Fake Out would have changed the fact that Dugong 3 can survive. Okay, so now it's a 3 versus 2, and they've got to go for the Smeargle. We'll go Machamp first, since the Pokemon on the back have to be Ice types. So Jinx comes out. It's a Bomber Snow that would really piss me off if it turned out. Okay, Regice is fine. So because Regice can't have an accuracy item, I think we go for Regice. The problem with going for Jinx is that Jinx has a Lax Incense some of the time. So I think what we'll do is we'll just Stone Edge Jinx. Think about this. What is the worst thing that could happen? I think we just Stone Edge Jinx and move on. There could be a fake out line restricting Smeargle out, but it's fine. Regice says levitate. It is stab Fake Out from Smeargle, that is true. Yeah. We're safe against double team Regice even. Gosh, the low HP sound is annoying. And it is very common on this team as well. Hammer Arm, that's fine. Relatively straightforward match. The nicknames are fun. I do enjoy the nicknames. The AI does not read your nicknames. Keep going. It's another Ice Trainer. It's Lou. He's running a Fever. Just don't send out a Bomber Snow. Walrein is also quite annoying though. So Walrein 3 can dodge the Fake Out because of Lax Incense. The issue is the if Walrein 3 hits an Oko move into Bronzong, it's kind of over. Keeping level 50 max is an important strat. There's no open level in Gen 4. There's no open level, so you don't have any choice. It's level 50. Level 1 Smeargle is faster because of Trick Room. We're going to fake out Walrein. Once Trick Room goes up, it's usually game over. Okay, so it was fake out from Weavile as well. That's fine. We're now risking the 15% that it's Walrein free and it targets Bronzong and it hits Fisher. Okay. That was very scary. This is very unusual. I really thought today's stream would be boring because we'd have no close games, but this does mix it up. It's going to be tricky because to guarantee the kill on Walrein free I think is impossible. I could go for the Iron Head and Dynamic Punch together, but I really don't like that because I could miss the Iron Head. We can leave Weavile there. We know it's not the Focus Sash Weavile because of Fake Out, and we can kill Weavile at the end with Life Orb, Flamethrower. We are on a bit of a clock, though. My thinking here is that I probably do want to just kill Weavile, and I Dynamic Punch to Walrein. Walrein might... It might go for Machamp, and if it does, obviously you've got no guard. If it goes through the confusion, it could then be a 2 versus 2 with a heavily damaged Walrein that's confused. And I could probably gang up on the other Pokemon. It is really scary, though. I think I have to go for the the Walrein here. I don't like it though. If it does dodge Iron Head, it also has to go for the confusion. That's my silver lining. I don't think Earthquake would just always kill after the Dynamic Punch damage. Oko enemies are a problem with this team because of no guard. Okay, we did good damage. It won't be dead to itself hit, but we did good damage. Okay, perfect. Okay. So the worst thing that could happen now is an Ice Punch freeze on the Machamp from Weavile. It goes to the Night Slash, that's good. It won't kill me even for crit. Okay. And it's Regice in next. So yeah, I'm fairly sure I Dynamic Punch Regice. Regice 2 and 3 can live Dynamic Punch, the others can't. We don't know anything about the Regice's item because none of them are Laxant Sense or Choppleberry. I could also double target the Regice. Because Machamp is slower than Bronzong, it gets redirected. But I don't think I care about Regice 2. I think we just spread the damage. In many ways, I'd rather get rid of Weavile. Levitate pulled through. Yeah. Not seeing Protect. Yeah, Protect on Machamp is basically essential. It's the only way I can safely explode. So Protect on Smeargle and Machamp normally gives me an option to go for that. Let's see what the final Ice type is. I think it's always over no matter what. It is a Bomber Snow. I'm just glad it didn't come in earlier. Yeah. The good thing about facing back-to-back Ice Trainers is that it reduces the chance of an Ice Trainer appearing later on in this set of 7 games. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a breeder. Raising Pokemon as Eyeshine. It's breeder Tyron. We know the enemy trainer entry quotes in this stream. So breeder Tyron has to be set for. So this is a much more normal game. They're both going to attack Smeargle on turn 1. And I get the Trick Room for free. Is it easy to get 100 in singles or doubles? Doubles. Doubles is easier to get 100. As long as you've got access to a good Trick Room team. This is the safest route, definitely. Okay, so who wants to die? I don't really like living Electivire alive because Electivire can freeze, burn, or paralyze Smeargle and then mess me up. So I think I want to kill it. What I could do is Endeavour and Earthquake, but the Earthquake chip damage on slacking is basically irrelevant. So let's just kill Electivire. Electivire can aura farm by sitting there and using super effective moves and impressing all of the noobs. The downside of Smeargle over a flying type obviously is that Smeargle gets hit by my own Earthquake, but in my own experience that is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't know if the stars are singles or doubles. If it is, don't do it. So Tango 4 is Lax in Sense. Tango 4 is a known enemy of the state. I think we're going to protect again. This is how a lot of matches go. Who do you want to get chip on? It doesn't really matter. Probably want to go for Tangrowth. Because once Tangrowth's in Dynamic Punch range, the match is basically over. Gen 4 on YouTube. I would like to crit Tangrowth. It would speed this up a little bit. Okay, so now stacking us on Truant again. We'll go for the Endeavour. Hopefully we hit the Endeavour. Nice. This is very over. Everyone loves boring games, right? What's the last Pokemon? Magmortar. So we could be getting flame-bodied. What I can do is just Endeavour to cover for that, but I think obviously you want to protect first. I will Iron Heads the... I could Earthquake, there's no reason not to. Do damage to both of them. Maybe we can crit the Magmortar. How did you EV train Smeargle? Would you believe me if I said that Smeargle has no EVs? It is level 1. The one thing I have done on Smeargle, which actually isn't irrelevant, if I just speed through this, blah, 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 blah. So Smeargle has 6 Spadef and 4 defense. And if you compare this to Bronzong, it means that my lead duo has more special defense than defense, which means that enemy download does go for the defense as the lower stat and therefore boost attack. So enemy Porygon Z, for example, does not get the special attack download boost. We want to be low on defense and high on special defense with Smeargle. It is optimal. Anyway, let's finish this. We can protect. $100 special defense EVs. I don't think that matters. So young. It's Joachim? I don't know how to say this guy's name. Yeah, so what's annoying about this is the potential of Heatwave from Zapdos 4. We do have Lum Berry on Bronzong though, we shouldn't really care. U-turn from both? That's unusual. So there's something in the back it really wants to switch in, which is not a surprise. The enemy can't use Raw when it sees a kill. YouTube is not letting you say Shedinja's in line Dino Punch. You can't even accuse me of cheating by cheating movesets onto Shedinja. You're whacking, yeah. Okay. I think I let Moltres U-turn. That doesn't seem like a terrible thing. Yeah, we'll let Moltres U-turn. It is not guaranteed to go for it again. It is probably an 87.5% chance that Moltres goes for U-turn on the second turn, assuming it hits the standard super effective check. Yeah. What is funny about this is that Moltres is fairly likely to come out again. It's Regigigas. Chat got its wish. Use Dark Void Gravity. Okay, so Moltres didn't come back out. It was instead Cresselia. I don't think that tells... I mean, it's slightly more likely to be Cresselia 1. And that's it. What we'll do here is we'll protect to check. And in the meantime, do I want to explode? Would I rather Ironhead Regigigas? Probably. It's a bit awkward to bring Slowbro out second. If it is Cresselia. But I think if that's true, I want to bring the Endeavour into Cresselia on the following turn anyway. Okay, it's a special set, lol. And Psychic doesn't tell me anything. Yeah, let's Endeavour. I'll be honest, I've got no idea how the level 1 EVs work on Smeargle. There's too many damage flaws in there for me to want to think about it. So Moltres 3 comes back out here. I think it's quite clear that I do go Machamp. What does a male Cresselia look like? That is a good question. What does your team lose to? Tangrowth 4 is quite a big threat with evasion and the fact that Machamp doesn't do enough damage to it. The biggest risk, to be honest, is anything that prevents Trick Room from being used on turn 1. So that's a lot of the Oko enemies. A crit from something like Dragonite 4 Earthquake. Is this my team? It's my team, yeah. Yeah, Flint on Bronzong. It is possible, extremely unlikely but possible, that a Pokemon breaks Lum on Bronzong on turn 1, and then another Pokemon puts it to sleep or something, and then I fail Trick Room. Obviously, this is why Slowbro has Trick Room as well. We have got a backup plan for this scenario, but it is really bad. I think it's quite a big upgrade over the Follow Me Togekiss variants, though. Hey, Jason. Obviously, Jason's theme is basically the same as this team. I spent a while looking at alternatives to Machamp and Slowbro, and I really thought there's no point. I don't think anything improves it, really. So, Aggron can Earthquake if that's a levitating Bronzong. Aggron 4... No, wait, this is a Scientist. No, I'm I'm talking nonsense. This is a scientist. This is an easy match. It's going to signal beam. Another bonus of the Smeargle. This is quite strange sounding, but if you've got a flying type Pokemon in this slot, enemies don't like using draining moves against Pokemon even if they kill. So if you've got something like Starly or Togekiss, the enemies won't Giga Drain on it. And they will sometimes go for a different move instead, and that can be very scary. Why would Oko moves prevent Trick Room? Yeah, the Oko enemies, they can randomly target Smeargle or Bronzong. Obviously, they should target Smeargle, because their Oko moves are 79% to be accurate against Smeargle at level 1 versus level 50. But they don't understand that. They just see themselves as being able to hit either one. Enemy Trick Room is also a bit of a problem, yeah. So if the enemy Trick Roomer is essentially faster than me, it will remove Trick Room. But often that's not too bad. It means that we just swap using Trick Rooms, because they're quite predictable when they do want a Trick Room. Anyway, we are pretty safe here. What makes TRE dubious? TRE's team is quite flawed. And 955 wins is a very large streak. I think, like, what we've decided on as a community is that TRE's doubles records, they're just about possible, but suspicious. And then some of TRE's subway records are more suspicious. However, it doesn't reach the threshold of, like, outright definitely cheating, and therefore TRE is probably never going to get pulled up for it. So what's scary here is that Aggron 2 can Quick Claw. Isn't Detect better than Protect? Why? Because it's low on PP. There are no enemies with Imprison and Protect in Gen 4 Tower. So do we want to remove the Bronzong, which is very annoying to kill once Smeargle faints, or do we want to remove Aggron, which can have Quick Claw? I think I'd rather remove the Bronzong. So the original ancient record from TRE was Starly, Bronzong, Self-Destruct, Snorlax, and Dusknoir. It's not a bad team. It does average 200 or 300 wins, I think. Viperia too. Do we actually want to use Protect here and burn another turn? I am a little bit concerned about Aggron Quick Clawing me on the following turn. It kind of means that I've wasted this turn. And I could spend that time putting Machamp in. I think what I'm actually going to do is Endeavour. I think I'm going to Endeavour an Earthquake. Yeah, I'm going to Endeavour an Earthquake. I think it's safer. It does mean that their attacks get redirected into Bronzong, though. Because Smeargle will faint to my Earthquake, and then both their attacks get redirected. Which is not a problem for Bronzong dying, but it is a problem for status. Okay, I'm going back to Endeavour Ironhead then. Okay, there it is. You don't think that using Hitmonlee bait is also cheese? It's annoying, isn't it? It's not solid rock Viperia. I can go Machamp here. A little bit scared of Machamp getting frozen or burned. Go for the flinch instead, I think. It's because I think it's the changes I made when I was updating for Subway. I'm aware that it's a little bit broken. Yeah, I would like to hit 2,000 with this team eventually. I think it is going to happen. The only way I'm losing this directly is to extreme quick claw hacks. Should we turn off the music? It's a little bit boring, right? It is actually starting to annoy me a little bit as well. I'll cover for the freeze. The quick claw freeze on Machamp. I think it takes so much bad luck to lose. So clowns are psychic and ghost. I think we do want to just protect against the potential lovely kiss from Jinx too. Quick Claw is 20%. But it does feel like more than that sometimes, yes. Are all clowns dead? Maybe. It went for double psychic. That does mean it's quite likely to be Starmie 1. The camera up to elevation was going nuts with the quick claw elevation. Quick claw activations, that's great. Alakazam. Are we scared of Bright Powder or you just want to explode immediately here? A little bit scared of it, right? Just need to see its move. Energy Ball, that's fine. They should be. They should be the other options the trainer can have. The Champ Skarmory. As bullet punch as possible. So is Quick Claw. Crit? Question mark? No. We have to get rid of the Machamp because I don't want it to do that again. Unfortunately, the Quick Claw Earthquake cannot be blocked. It is considerable to go Slowbro as well, but Slowbro can handle this after that. Could also consider the Destiny Bond. It's a bit of a losing play, though. If you ate a sandwich or curry in real life, the odds go up. I don't know why the scrollers have disappeared. Heracross, okay. Little bit concerned about Earthquake, right? Concerned enough to endeavour and explode, making it a 1v2 at the end? I think so. Charizard last, that's fine, obviously. It's leader. We're getting more ice trainers. Not a lucky day today. Don't send out a Bomber Snow. Okay. It's going to be close. It's going to be a closer one. So the problem with a Bomber Snow is that I'm also thinking about how Blizzard is so annoying here. They would have to both use Blizzard, and they would both have to freeze, and that would stop the Trick Room, but that's it. We don't have to worry about a Bomber Snow 2 like we would if we had a flying type, though. Honestly, I think I should have faked out the Machamp. But yeah, you can't fake out Dragonite, for example, so Dragonite 4 Earthquake is scary. No doubt about that. Could definitely make an argument for Explosion here. The issue with... It's difficult to know whether or not to explode because Bronzong is obviously quite good against Ice-type trainers. I think I like Destiny Bond, and then... Destiny Bond and... I think we go for the safe one. Just Destiny Bond and the Iron Head on Glalie. It's fine. Glalie 1 is weird because it's not guaranteed to use Ice Shard like that. Avalanche, Payback and Gyro Ball are all possible to outscore Ice Shard even though it's a priority kill move. So are we going to lose a Lum Berry here? We are. Okay. We've got free choice on what to send in, but I'm going to choose to go Machamp. Just because it's more offensive power immediately. I think I have to go for the Glaceon first. Articuno 4 is what scares me. Can I always just explode? Because I'm most scared of the Sash or Lax Incense, right? Yeah, we have to go it that way around. We don't want to give Articuno 4 a chance to use Sheer Cold. And we want to make sure that we kill Glaceon 3. Yep. The best service from Waitress Cafe. Waitress Cafe is always set to... Not necessarily a good thing. The set 2s can be a problem. Luckily, Nidoking 2 is guaranteed to Dragon Pulse me. Bum, bum. What are your favourite Pokemon? I don't know. I like the silly Pokemon like Zigzagoon. I think Voltorb is funny as well. Higher priority target, factoring in it could be Poison Point as well. I don't want to miss. We can go through the Citrus quite easily on Weezing as well. At the same time, I don't really want Nidoking to stick around after Smeargle faints. But we've got at least one turn of this. This is probably Endeavour Earthquake. The alternative would be to Destiny Bond the Armaldo, which is not really that helpful. I'm scared of Bright Powder on Nidoking. Yeah, I think we have to Endeavour it, and then we'll finish it off with Earthquake and do damage onto Armaldo, putting it in Stone Edge range. Yeah. The protect glitch in DP is really annoying. Yeah, we'll go. Okay, it's Torterra 2, which is okay. I do want to kill Armaldo. It's Opal. Her coat is very expensive. Every single ice trainer showed up, I think. We had Leader, Opal, Lou and Fad. Those are all of the ice trainers. At least you didn't send out a Bomber Snow. I think we have to fake out Dugong. Machamp is no guard, yes. Yes. Okay, it's fake out from Dugong, that's fine. Smeargle is dead, but we get the Trick Room up. Okay, it's good news. Glalie 2 is not the scary one. I don't think I want to put Glalie 2 underneath half health here. Yeah, I don't want to give it a chance to explode or even threaten the explosion on the following turn. And it's more likely to freeze me because Dugong would rather use Waterfall, obviously. Doesn't Dynamic Punch Ahsoka? Yeah, but I can't Dynamic Punch both of them. I hate Lapras. I really hate Lapras. I really hate Lapras. Obviously, Lapras 2 is possible. The Razor Fang is on Dugong 1. It's not a Quick Claw. Even though it might look similar on the overlay, it's possible for this to be Lapras 2. I hate you, Lapras 2, you villain. I can't protect. I can't turn it. I can't delay the Trick Room by that much. We have to kill it. Okay, no Quick Claw. That's totally Lapras 2, isn't it? This thing is so evil. Why does it always show up? Anyway, it didn't Quick Claw, so it's fine. Weavile last. Dugong is actually the bigger threat. Dugong isn't doing all that much. You don't believe in Dugong getting back-to-back crits? Dugong getting crits and then seeing Ice Shard kills? I do begin most turns just assuming that the enemy is going to crit every move and I'm going to miss every move that I can miss. Oh, okay. So Earthquake is possible from Charizard 3, obviously, but we live Earthquake. Even Earthquake crit. And the AI does cheat to see Heatproof on Bronzong and therefore will never go for the fire kill. I think I want to remove Charizard more. Sludge Bomb into poison. I think I like exploding here. Rather than mess around with potential Omni boosts and so on. Is there a difference between Battle Frontier and Heart Gold and Platinum? No. The only difference is that in the factory, Fulton brings different teams on level 50 versus 100. YouTube Automod is funny. I have not been paying attention to it really. Charty Berry? No. Fighting and fire types can be a problem. Rare appearance of Hitmontop 2. Okay, it's gonna bullet punch me. The Intimidator is also a little bit annoying. I should still Oko Charizard. Explosion. So if it is Charizard free, it can't Earthquake here because Hitmontop is not ground, is not immune to it. It's OV'd again. It's Always Charizard 2, it seems. How do you know it's Hitmontop 2? Because Hitmontop 1 does not exist past Battle 49. Protect Sub Ninjask. Unfortunately, it's too vulnerable to Quick Claw. Ninjask. Entei next. I really wanted to explode, but this is now a little bit complicated. Obviously, because Hitmontop is slower, on the Trick Room it's faster, and therefore gets hit by the explosion first. So they both survive. I could swap into Slowbro. What is the worst thing? I guess... What is the worst thing that could happen? Bite crit. Stone Edge crit from Entei 2. That's true, actually. Overflow can let it appear again. I'm going to recycle Smeargle. What I might do is switch back into it, though. I kind of want to Earthquake. It's probably not worth it because of how common Shucker Berry is on Entei, though. Ideally, we flinch Entei. Said just in time. Now we kill Hitmontop and we'll go for another flinch, why not? Oh, he ran into that. That is so common in the Frontier. If the previous Pokemon dies, it's chip damage and then Slacking is forced to Truant. This is why in the factory you genuinely want to lead off with Slacking. We are intimidated. The explosion does not kill both of them. It's an interesting choice of targets. I want to try Psych Up Double Seam. So unfortunately... well, it doesn't matter. It depends what your ambitions are. If you want to get 1,000 wins... if your setup takes more than one turn, or more than one action, it doesn't really work. But if you only want, 100 or 200 wins, a Psych Up team could work. I think for big win streaks, you either want Trick Room, Rain, or no setup. I'm totally going to autopilot a mistake quite soon. It is Armor 1 or 2. And Ninetales 2. Should we take out Harama in case it's Harama 1? I don't want it to crit an Earthquake next to a Flyer next turn. I don't really believe the Drain can work, no. Just explode. Trick Room Rain, that sounds very cursed together. Thanks, Lemoncy. Lemonancy. Question mark. There was something pulling at my mind, but I think I'm thinking of Battle Arcade doubles where Yanmeg is a problem. Yeah, the VGC teams won't work. The spirit of VGC, where you want to try and outspeed the opponents, is fine, but you need, like, the scare swings in the tower are very different. I think we leave Gallade. I try to keep the more interesting streams on YouTube. But if people want to watch more diverse content than just Factory on YouTube, I'm happy to do it. I'm probably never going to stream the extremely boring stuff on YouTube, though. Like, for example, Battle Tower Singles is... You wouldn't want to watch more than 1 or 2 streams on that, I think. Unless you're a pretty die-hard fan of it. I think we explode here. Bum, bum, bum. Charty Berry? It was Articuno 4. Rare appearance. And Battle Tower Singles, like, to be fair, Gen 4 Battle Tower Singles is better than Gen 3. But it's only in a relative sense. Yeah, but Jason had a great idea. We've talked about it briefly. It would be fun to do to use a world championship team, use the world champion team, and bring it into Tower or Subway or something. Just to show what the problems are. I think that would be a fun video. I do like that idea. So it could be Earthquake from Drapion 4 here because Weezing has Levitate, but again, we survive that. I don't think Drapion 1 can ever use Acupressure on turn 1, but we're about to find out, maybe. Oh, it did go for it, okay. So yeah, if it does crit, I might be forced to explode next turn, because once they can randomly use damage being moved into Bronzong, it's kind of over for the bait. It's Sludge Bomb as well. Very helpful. Yeah, we would have to use the non-restricted World Championship teams. The Showdown Battle Factory is very, very different to this. And I was an outspoken critic of it a very long time ago, and I haven't really changed my mind on that. Okay, it's time for Smeargle to get poisoned by Sludge Bomb. It is so tempting to explode. I don't think I can actually resist it. I mean, I have to do it. So, funny interaction here for anyone who doesn't know. I'm going to explode here. We hit Wheezing first. So when explosion is used, Bronzong faints instantly. We hit Wheezing first because of Trick Room. Wheezing is faster on the Trick Room. If Wheezing faints as well, it's single target explosion damage into Umbreon, which means Umbreon also faints. However, if this is Wheezing 1, it can live explosion, so we're about to find out if that actually happens. Doing autogenic, that would definitely trigger people. So look, Bronzong is already off the field. I hope it does die. It's Wheezing 1, of course it's Wheezing 1. So Umbreon always lives as well. God damn it. Could it be Wheezing 4 actually? Wheezing 4 is max defense. I don't think so. I think it probably is Wheezing 1. I'm gonna go Machamp anyway though, because I'd hate to be wrong. What we're gonna do is Destiny Bond and Dynamic Punch. I do love the Destiny Bond flexibility, and it's Frost last, that's fine. Yeah, so the way that the single target versus double spread nerf works in Gen 4 is that you just count how many Pokemon aren't fainted. And if it's 2 or less, it's always single target damage. But it applies dynamically across the turn. It's Pokemon Ranger Jeff. My name Jeff. This is the typical start. Hammer Arm. Drain Punch. That's fine. Hopefully it's not Regirock 4. I don't want to go after Bright Powder, Regigigas and miss. So it is going to be Regirock. Yes, Regice and Regiseal. I have seen it happen before. I have seen all 4 Regis on one team. So I think we probably Destiny Bond the Regigigas here. We're obviously not exploding. How do they get so many legendaries in the Frontier? That is a good question. Ooh, the Earthquake. We debond it down, and its actual single target Earthquake is going to hit Bronzong here, because there's only 2 Pokemon on the field. That's why we took so much. And what Cresselia is it? We do not learn. If I go Machamp, I'm kind of committed to using Fling. I could also explode, though. I could explode if I go Machamp. Okay, we probably are exploding then, yes. So Latias free dodges the explosion, and I cry. We could also just fling Latias, I guess. Cresselia is omega unlikely to win from here, right? In a 3 versus 1. I think the idea of missing Latias free with explosion is just too triggering for me to not do it. Actually, we'd probably D-punch here. Yeah, Cresselia was not too evil. Oh, it was Bright Powder Regigigas 4, yeah. It was actually impossible for that to... Oh no, I accidentally clicked on the Factorio. Wait, no. No. No, it's opening, no. Go away. Okay, hopefully it didn't get the startup music. Yes, I know I closed it. This is the risks of playing with a mouse. I might as well just explode here. Yes, it couldn't be Latias 3, it was Regigigas 4. Who dies first? The Pokemon that can poison me, surely. Focus Blast. Why are you hitting? Ambipom? Is that an explosion moment? Everyone loves explosion. Yeah, Twitch-based Pokemon, they've had that for a decade now with the touchscreens games. It does work. I saw your comments about it, but I don't know exactly when it happened, but you can get banned for trolling on Twitch-based Pokemon now when they're playing a game. I don't know, like, I'm sure most people would say that's the entire point of Twitch-based Pokemon, is that you can troll, you can do whatever you want, but they do ban it now. It is against the rules. Should change Bronzong's nickname to Megaman. It's Kira, the Death Note. That's to be Xatu too. There was no Xatu 1 this high up. Just thinking, because I know Superpower is broken, but I don't think anything else is. I think Honchko is completely safe. The only people left there are definitely people who want to play the game in a sort of proactive way. That is true. The trolls lost interest a long time ago. Xatu. I really wanted to Endeavour and let it die to its own Life Orb recoil, but... Why does Honchko learn Superpower? It's a very powerful crow, what can I say? You know what? I actually don't want Xatu to stick around for too long. I'm going to Destiny Bond it. And then we can flinch Inner Focus Crobat. Thanks, Z-Saber. Thanks. Okay, end of the line, Crobat. He's the head honchcrow, exactly. Twister. It must be Eliza, because we saw Kira already. It must be Eliza. Yep, okay. Okay, danger. They can both Earthquake. We definitely fake out the Gliscor. But Gyarados 4 with a crit high roll Earthquake can kill Bronzong. And it would be very, very cursed if it did that. We definitely fake out the Gliscor though. Stone Edge. Perfect. There's two major options. I either Destiny Bond down Gyarados and Iron Head, or I just go for the Endeavour Iron Head onto Gliscor, which I think I do. I think Gliscor is too much of a threat to leave there. I can kill it the following turn with Psychic, but if Gliscor kills Bronzong here... yeah, it's too scary. We have to kill Gliscor. It hits both stone edges because of course it does. We're probably ignoring Gyarados. Gyarados will outrage Bronzong. That is also possible. I was also hoping for that slightly. Probably kill Gyarados. Just a little bit worried about Super Luck. I have to kill. I think we have to kill. We have to kill Honchkrow actually. Super Luck too scary, right? Super Luck crit on Machamp, and suddenly it's a 2v2, and they can't explode because Machamp dies. Yeah. Didn't realise you gave Smeargle no guard as well. It's do be like that. It's Irwin, Scientist Irwin, and his perfect logic. And his set 2 Pokemon. Lantern is very funny because it uses dive. We could fake out Manectric and then protect next turn, but unfortunately Manectric might have static instead of lightning rod. So I think I would rather just protect. Oh no, the one is cursed. Lopunny. Okay, so we can actually Destiny Bond Lopunny here because, again, Lantern is forced to go for the dive. And that also gets around the focus band. I think I'd rather do it this way around. Wow, you went for T-Wave. Oh, because of Trick Room. Doesn't really matter. Can't imagine Feraligatr 2 winning from here. But it is more threatening than Lantern 2 is. Yeah, once it sees the protect, it changes the behavior. We're gonna hit it underwater. It's gonna be in a shallow grave. Oh, it ended. In a shallow grave. I still think the funniest animation is in Pokemon Battle Revolution when the enemy uses Shadow Force and then you kill them through focus, through No Guard. No Tentacle 2. We're getting lucky today. It's Nadia. Nadia has tier 3 Pokemon, so these will all be set to, but they're weaker Pokemon. Yeah, No Guard hits through dive. Cute Charm is possible, but we kill it anyway. We don't care. Right, who's next? Dodrio, that's fine. I think Cloyster's a bigger problem. And therefore we Destiny Bond, probably. What's annoying is that Cloyster might use Avalanche or it might use Dive. Let's just flinch it, it's fine. What do you use for the graphic on the right? It's a local script. I say this every stream, but I know I have to find a way of doing a public release which doesn't involve hundreds of people asking me to debug it for them. Intimidate? Question mark? It's Technician. I think I still want to kill the Cloyster though. Cloyster lives, that's crazy. That's insane. I know, I wasn't expecting it to live. It's Waiter Xander, set 2. Yeah, small risk here if we lose the Lum Berry on Blizzard. Pumped anyway. Let's remove Gyarados. I do not like the chance of a Pokemon switching in and wanting to use Earthquake because Gyarados is there. Potentially debond for Lucario, but Lucario could miss cross chop, which would be very annoying. No, I think I take out the Starmie then. No Intimidate. Unfortunately, Custard Barrier is bugged in Gen 4 to activate on the turn where it's knocked down. It could work, this is not a very consistent strategy. It's Kira. Kira is back. Ugh. Frags, Jason, frags. We keep going, it's fine. I saw a trick, but I fast forwarded through the Articuno move. That's a bit concerning. I really don't have to explode when Driftblim's on the field. Do I just Destiny Bond down Driftblim? I think I do. Salamence is fairly likely to give Earthquake as well. What mon is Shinigami? I think probably Dusk Noir, right? But Kira can't have a Dusk Noir. I guess Driftblim is probably the closest thing to it. I would love to crit Ironhead here. Flamethrower would be so cursed. If Salamence 3 goes to Flamethrower. Okay, it's pumped. That's better. Go Machamp and Stone Edge it. Unfortunately, Dragonite is slower than Mence. Which means I head it first if I protect Explode. It's fine, we'll just flinch the inner focus Pokemon with Ironhead. Okay, that's also fine. Oh, which idol is this? I think it's Trista. I think it's a starter idol. Starter Pokemon. Okay. So Typhlosion 2 can act very randomly because Blast Burn isn't a kill move and neither is Reversal. And it also doesn't like using Earthquake. So yeah, Typhlosion 2 can be very, very dangerous. I wonder if I fake it out. Subway Pokemon cannot have the hidden abilities, no. If I get hit by a crit Blast Burn on Bronzong, I'm going to scream. That's fine. It's a Typhlosion 1. And then Outrage. Picks a random target. What I could do here is actually debond, but it would be bad if Venusaur outrages into Bronzong again. think what I like doing the most is Endeavor and Earthquake. Quick Claw from Empoleon would be pretty scary here. And because of that I can't really go in on the explosion. Okay, perfect. Crit. They can't Earthquake, so I'm fine. Cross Chop and Payback. We need to kill Lucario because it's the Pokemon that can potentially freeze Smeargle. Smeargle being frozen is another terrible scenario to open out with. Debond, I think. It's either Debond or Protect. We'll go for this. Everyone loves Explosion. It is Focus Sash Machamp too, but that's fine. Milo. So Machamp is slower. We would Debond Machamp here if we went for that normally, but we can kill Machamp on the same turn, so it's safe to do this. It's Irene, Psychic Irene. I'm completely fine. The annoying one is obviously Slowking 1 with Trick Room. Trick Room would remove it. Signal Beam, Focus Blast. So it's not Slowking 1 and we're therefore fine. Now I am Ohm Tempo, so I'm not too worried about the Signal Beam Confuse. Of these, I would say Slowking is a more important one to remove from the field. It's because it's bulkier. Oh, I've been haxed. I've been triple O-code in one of my battles. But it takes a lot to lose when you're playing properly. I don't think debonding down Hypno is bad. It's just that the damage we get on Clado is pretty irrelevant for Fling. We're probably flinging anyway, though, because of Clado 4 potentially having Lax and Sense. I guess if it's not Clado 4, we then appreciate the damage, and therefore we should go for it. What's the plugin? You mean the JavaScript that I'm running on my computer locally? It's not a plugin. Focus Blast miss would be funny. I would accept it though, it wouldn't be a bad outcome for the turn. No. This might be Slowbro moment instead. It does lock me out of exploding myself, though. I've got no idea how to set up track commands in YouTube. I can look into it. Confusing it is actually more important than the damage. Ooh, you crit me. Yeah, it's not actually synced with the emulator. It just takes screenshots of my computer every 2 seconds or something. I'm pretty sure this is Sylvie, Psychic Sylvie. Yeah. It's probably best to avoid the fake out. No, I'm sorry. That was a bit of a rude explanation for me. It is true that I have to answer the question a bit too often. It's just some code I wrote locally to help it be easier to follow these streams, but it's nothing that was written to intended to be released. I can see what I can do to release it, but yeah, it's... If I release it as it is, it won't run on anyone else's computer. And I don't want to have to be tech support for hundreds of people. Does naming Bronzong Levitate mess with the AI? It does not. It does not. It just makes me laugh. Let's get rid of Machamp. I think, like, because a lot of these overlays on YouTube, and I do see them on some channels, they're obviously reading memory. I just consider reading the memory of the game to be cheating. And if you're playing on solo player, it's okay to cheat on your own in solo, but it would feel very wrong to cheat in a competitive environment, right? Thanks. I hope you have a good Saturday. Bum, 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 bum. I should have been paying attention on the potential speed tie for Machamp 4 and Gardevoir 4, because Gallade obviously is also base 80 speed. I'm worried about missing Gardevoir 3 as well. And what do we do in situations like these? We protect Explode. Because they can't both be Bright Powder. Oh no, I forgot to record the audio separately. I knew I'd forgotten to say something. It's fine though. I have a second channel where we're doing highlights of streams, and I meant to record the audio separately for that, but I have forgotten, and therefore this probably will not be on that channel. Ace Chainer Charlie is always set for. Anyway, we definitely want to get rid of Warlord more than Lucario because of Quick Claw Fissure being a massive problem once Smeargle faints. So Aero is very likely to lock itself into Stone Edge here. Yeah, Gen 4 Explosion halves the defense. Obviously in doubles you get the spread nerf, but not always. Bum bum. It's Marianne, Battle Girl Marianne, fighting in fire types. Arcanine and Flareon. Is Arcanine Intimidate? It is. Next question is it Arcanine 1 or 4 for extreme speed? Dragon Pulse? Fire Fang? I am caught between wanting to target Flareon because it could be Flareon 1 with Quick Claw or just going for the Arcanine. I think we just go for the Arcanine. Double Fire Fang, okay. Don't burn me. Blaziken next. We are at -1. I still want to explode though. Yeah, it was quite likely to be Flareon too. You are right. Because we only saw Fire Fang, fairly likely it was Flareon too. I agree. It's Miranda. She's not some cheap idol. She's an actress. Miranda is set for normal and electric types. Is it download, Porygon? It's adaptability. Okay. That makes it quite a serious threat. Paralyze. Alfred. Alfred is set free Pokemon. Huh. The Focus Sash is not that important here. I'm actually going to take a turn off. We'll leave Slacking there for next turn, obviously. Cheetah. It's Generation 4 though, so the sand doesn't kill me. If it was Generation 3, I would be losing the Focus Sash right here. That's pretty scary. It's Warlord 4. No, it's Veteran Alfred, it's fine. It's Warlord 3. It's our first PI of the stream. It's PI Ralph. PIs are the biggest threat to the team by far. Explosion and Oko moves only. So that's Licky Licky with Explosion and Probass with Explosion. I think we have to go for the Probass since we can miss Licky Licky. And missing Licky Licky on the turn we try to kill it is horrendous. It's Hippo as well, so I think we just Destiny Bond down Licky Licky and then Hippo is going to go for Fire Fang or Ice Fang onto Bronzong, and we do have our Lum Berry still. What would be terrible here is if Licky Licky missed. If Licky Licky misses Smeargle, that would be really bad. Why have you gone first? Oh, because Licky Licky 4 is adamant. Oh my god, that's so stupid. I thought it was brave. No, it's adamant. Your power on is 67 speed, Licky Licky 4 is 70. Huh. Okay, I deserve this. What are you going to do? Power Whip. After one turn of Sand Chip, the Dynamic Punch will be a range to kill Licky Licky. I think we still go Machamp though. Oh, it's Lapras 2 at the end. Okay, we have to kill that instead then. Quick Claw, Sheer Cold would be horrendous. Okay, good. It's dead because of sand. Yep. I think this has to be Denver. Thunderbolt and Psychic. So it's not Jinx 2, which is the only thing that really mattered. Ice types are war criminals, it's true. You're gonna freeze me? That's got Explosion written all over it. If we miss Explosion on Glade 2, do we care? I mean, I think I care. Yeah, I care. Let's not risk it. As the effect of its PI Chester, this guy's also very scary, same as the other PI. He is. Every Pokemon he has Explosion or an Oko move. Abomasnow 2 and Werelord 4. Jesus. Nice Quick Claw Werelord, but it doesn't matter this turn. If I lose Lum, I'll be upset, but not too unhappy. What I might do here is Endeavour Werelord because it dies to Hail, and Ironhead the Abomasnow. This is quite an old record, this streak. This Battle Tower streak was like... It was done last year, but I'd never finished it. Smeargle is dead this turn, yes. It's ambitious to do this, because if Werelord Quick Claws Smeargle... But even if it does that, it's only Giga Drain from Abomasnow, and I can kill Abomasnow next turn with another Ironhead.